You're welcome to my channel. I want to speak on why IT projects fail. Now, let me start with definition of a project. A project is simply a collection of activities with a start date and an end date, and there must be a defined objective. So, a project is a set of activities with defined objectives, with a start date and an end date. So, for you to call an activity, a collection of activity, a project, there must be a defined objective, then there must be a start date, then there must be an end date. If not, it cannot be categorized as a project, maybe as operations. So why is it that IT projects fail? Number one, lack of adequate stakeholder consultation. A research showed that 49% of IT projects fails because of the lack of user engagement, inadequate user consultation. All right. So because it's the users that would give you their needs, their requirements. If you are going through SDL system development life cycle, I think I have a video on system development life cycle in the channel you can check. All right. So one of the key phases of the system development life cycle is the requirement definition. So if you don't engage the users, you might come up with a project or with a solution that nobody needs. Okay, so that's why it's important that you engage the stakeholders before launching a project. Then IT projects often have hidden costs that may not have been envisaged until you start. That's why we always try to emphasize on what we call TCO, total cost of ownership. So we should place a lot of emphasis on total cost of ownership of projects. So before the project even start, a team need to sit down and analyze the project phase by phase, so that we have an idea of the entire cost. So it's not that when we get to the middle, then we now start encountering calls that we didn't envisage before. And that might be discouraging and might lead to project abandonment. Another reason why IT projects fail is because of inadequate or no business case. So business case is the justification for the project. So we expect the project sponsor to give us a presentation on quantitative benefits of the project, qualitative benefit of the project. And so based on the presentation of the project sponsor, the management can then approve after weighing the value that that project is going to add to the organization at the end of the day. So you don't invest in a project that will not add value to the business objective of the organization. So there must be a tie, an alignment between project investment and the business objective of the organization. So when you engage projects that will not add value at the end of the day, it's just like you have wasted the resources of the organization. Okay, another reason why IT projects fail is because of lack of service level agreement monitoring. So you have a service level agreement with the vendor, right? But nobody is checking. In fact, maybe the SLA does not even have metrics. So we need to have metrics defined in the SLA so that we'll be able to measure how the vendor is meeting those service level agreements. So we need to have a cross-functional team that is monitoring the achievement of the metrics in the service level agreement in order to prevent project failure. Then another reason why IT projects fail is weak contracts. When the contracts are weak, a good contract should have stringent requirements. And like I always say in the IT classes, that a contract must always be on the side of the client. Yes, a good contract must always be on the side of the client. When the contract favors the vendors, then you know you're in trouble, you know, because the vendor will only do what they feel they can do, not what will meet your requirements as a client. So when contracts are not stringent enough, then the client is going to lose out. Then another problem with IT projects is technology obsolescence. because of the rate of change, rate of dynamism in IT. So a technology that is relevant today may be a second graded technology in another month. So while you are running, your project is still in the it's still in development phase. But before you can launch the project, another technology has evolved. Then all your resources are wasted on that project. So you have to look at the long-term impact of a technology before you adopt that technology. What about integration challenges, especially in software development uh, projects? So you come up with a project with a software, a solution that cannot integrate into your enterprise architecture, and that can also lead to that particular solution being dumped. So integration challenges. What about inadequate end user training? So technology, IT projects are technical in nature. So end users, a lot of times they are coming from business backgrounds. So if they are not well trained, at the end of the day, that IT project may fail. Okay. Another challenge that can arise with IT projects is inadequate knowledge transfer from the OEM, that is the original equipment manufacturer, to IT. So the OEM has developed the application or the solution, and now they have sold the application to you. But when it comes to the general administration of the application, the IT, internal IT employees, they are yet to understand the administration aspect. Then that project is going to run into a lot of trouble. So every time you have to be calling the vendor, every day to come and attend to one problem or the other because of inadequate knowledge transfer from OEM to IT. So at a glance, these are some of the reasons or factors that I have identified that can lead to IT project failure. So every project manager out there that is going to be executing IT projects should take note of these factors. So thank you. My name is Akinwale Akinjia. Kindly subscribe to my channel so that I can be able to send you more videos with time. Thank you.